Conor McGregor, big fight this weekend. He said something the other day. I think it was to you. I'm not 100% sure. It might have been.
Probably.
No, I think it was in another interview, actually, because it was more like he gave an answer as if he wasn't comfortable with the person or whatever. It was just kind of like a quick blurb or whatever. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
He said he has 4 fights left in his UFC contract. He wouldn't mind if they're in the next 3 months, basically. What is that about? Does he's in that good a shape? He thinks these fights are going to go so quick, or he wants to become a free agent so he can do something on his own? What do you think that means?
So if Conor gets through those 4 fights, he would without a doubt be, the hottest free agent, if you want to call it that, in the history of this sport. As you may know, it's not common for guys at his level to fight out their deal and quote unquote test the market. Free agency isn't as common as it is in, say, the NFL, NBA, etc. So, I think he's acutely aware of his contract status. And I think he understands that he could probably make a lot more money, that he's underpaid. I think Conor McGregor is very underpaid. I think he brings so much revenue to the UFC that, he should be making a hell of a lot more. And I also think the guy really wants to be active. If the pandemic never happened, he would have fought at least 3 times last year. I believe that. And I predicted at the beginning of this year, if all goes to plan, he will fight at least 3 times in 2021. So, hey, if he fights those 3 fights, we could be sitting right here. You probably still won't have a show, but I'll still be, killing it over for the worldwide leader. And we're talking about early 2022, and he's on the final fight of his deal, and that would be big business, they say.
You think this fight this weekend, this show's going to survive, by the way? That's part of being on YouTube is you choose whether or not it survives. You know what I mean? You choose whether you flip the switch.
Remember these words.
Yeah, remember these words. Is Conor going to win tomorrow or not? Do you think this is a fight that favors him? He seemed to be very comfortable when he was talking to you, looked small. You said, I think last week, that normally he's very agitated when he has to lose weight. He's very intense. He seems very relaxed. He was holding up hot sauce this morning at a weigh-in, I guess, alongside Dustin Poirier.
Well, that was Dustin. Dustin gifted him that. Dustin has a hot sauce company, I guess, or just one, I don't know, and he gave it to him as a present. So it was a nice little moment between the two. By the way, do you always wear glasses, or I feel like you've seen how good I look in glasses and now you're wearing glasses as well? Are you copying me? Is that what's happening here?
Oh, shut the fuck up. Just answer that. Just answer.
You look great. I'm giving you a compliment right now.
I don't want a compliment from you, okay? I just want to hear about Conor McGregor. And by the way, I wear them every once in a while. Normally when the vitamins have hit a little bit too hard and you can't tell if my eyes are open or not. So I put these on as an added layer of camouflage for the eyeballs, because the YouTube commenters go ahead and start saying a lot of things about me being on cloud 40 potentially for these conversations, when clearly 2020 I'm not, pal. I'm seeing.
That's right. The YouTube commenters for your particular show, aka a cesspool of humanity. You talk about the lowest of the low. You talk about the lowest common denominator there is. It's those fine folks. So back to Conor McGregor. Yes, he is in good spirits. Yes, he is in fine form. Yes, a lot of people are making a big deal about the fact that they're all chummy. Make no mistake about it. These guys are going in there to knock each other's heads off. I think it's actually brilliant on Conor's part. I think he's trying to disarm Dustin Poirier. I think he did the exact same thing with Donald Cerrone last year. They were all chummy. They were boys. And then what happened? He came out, guns blazing, opening seconds of the fight, and ended up finishing Donald Cerrone in 40 seconds. Now, does this fight last longer than 40 seconds? Yes, I do believe so. The first time they fought back in 2014, 1 minute and 46 seconds. Ultimately, I think Conor wins this fight, but I do think it lasts longer than that. I don't think it goes the distance. I don't think it's a 25-minute fight. Have you ever had insight? Have you ever had an encyclopedic mind like this on this program, where you just spout off times like that off the top of his head? No preparation, no notes whatsoever. Yeah. Are you not in awe? Do you have chills running up and down your spine like I do? Because I sure as hell do.
No, I look in the mirror every single day and see the same thing. 3 hours a day, no notes ever. Not talking about one fight every 3 months either. So no, I'm not impressed at all. Neither are the YouTube commenters, by the way. No.
Yeah. Like I'm scared of those losers. Let's talk.
We talked to him about the McGregor-Poirier fight. Poirier. I see how it's spelled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How is it? Poirier?
Yeah.
Poirier.
Poirier.
Dustin Poirier is a bad dude. I've been watching some highlights of him. He's a hell of a fighter. This guy, hell of a fighter. I didn't know much about him. I am a rube, a noob. I am an outsider that just enjoys watching two people go and throw bombs at each other. I will watch all the fights, except for the Wednesday ones that are tough, and if there's football on. But aside from that, I feel like I have watched a lot of UFC in my life. I'm learning about Dustin Poirier. Okay, I like that. But Conor McGregor feels like this is a big weekend for this guy. Do you not think so? I mean, the biggest story of the weekend is some guy coming in with a bag of, the internet is saying, potential drugs, sneaks into the hotel, climbs over balconies, 4 balconies, drops a bag off, and then runs out the other side. Alleged. This is what the internet said. These are all alleged things. Dana White said, that's a big story. Conor McGregor's fighting, though. You're an MMA guy. You're a big fan. Will you be watching that fight at, 1, 2 a.m. Sunday morning?
Yeah, I plan on watching it. Yeah, they fought before and Conor won, but I mean, there's been so much time since that, and Conor's been in and out. He hasn't fought consistently lately, but I think I said it yesterday. I don't know how to pick against Conor. When against Khabib, when he's fighting Khabib, I understand Khabib is a different thing. But everybody else, I just have a really hard time picking against Conor.
That guy wrestled bears growing up.
Yeah.
Khabib. Wrestled bears.
Swimming up.
Swimming against the current.